Alright boys, what's good? What's good? How you doing today? How you guys doing today? But you know what I'm saying? Before we get into this video, we gotta take a sip of that water. You know what I'm saying? Always gotta add something to drink before you start these videos, my boy. Now let's get this motherfucker started. Now in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the truck driver that unfortunately caused a very huge pileup, and also he's being sentenced to 110 years in prison for something that he did on accident. Because this is something that I would label as a freak accident, because everything that happened and transpired is just something, like, it all started with something small, then it just kept getting worse and fucking worse. That's all I have to say about this. But let's keep going with this freak accident, because apparently the judges of the state where he is are apparently saying that this was apparently him on purpose. Because if you guys didn't know, this was he was a 26-year-old man, and he was in Colorado, I think. Yes, he was in Colorado on a highway in Denver, and his truck's brakes, apparently his truck's brakes failed him. And since his truck's brakes were failing him because he was on the fucking goddamn highway, because he was a truck driver, he was on the highway, he was driving his truck, and his truck brakes had failed him. So since his truck brakes had failed him, he was going to attempt to make a stop, or hopefully pull the truck over, by trying to shoulder to avoid the traffic. He was trying to basically evade traffic by driving like off the road to stop the truck so he could prevent an accident from happening. But it seems like when he attempted to do that, when he tried to avoid traffic, there was already another semi truck stopped there, probably having the same issues as he had, having some brake issues, and he was traveling at 85 miles per hour, and his brakes were failing for him to stop. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys don't know this, but these semi trucks is huge. They some big motherfuckers, and 85 miles per hour ain't no joke. That's pretty fast for a little big vehicle, carrying a whole lot of cargo and all that stuff as well. So as he tried to pull over and stop his vehicle from proceeding forward, this man, apparently, since he couldn't pull over, had caused an incident to where one car, two car, three car, and then it just piles up to a grand total of, I think they said 28 car piled up with 4 people dead. That is a very unfortunate situation that happened, but we also have to say this is something more of a freak accident that happened. His brakes failed him, he couldn't pull over into the stop he wanted, there was already someone else there, and that's just something the court is going to have to understand, is the fact that he is at fault, I guess, yes, but he can't really be accountable for the sole fact of his brakes failed him, because that's something you can't really, like, be blamed for. Like, if he took off and he knew his brakes were shit, then yeah, 100% his fault. I can understand that. But if he took off and his brakes were working just fine, and it just so happened in that situation, in that moment, that his brakes failed him, that is a very unfortunate situation to be in. And the fact that they're trying to sentence this man to 110 years in jail is fucking ridiculous. You can't sentence a man for 110 years because his brake system on the truck he is driving failed him. That's just not fair at all. amount of time. For like a year or like 3, I think that would be somewhat